Watching Manchester United in real life at the moment is a little bit painful as a United fan, so I thought, why not go ahead and create some realistic Erik ten Hag tactics where we're going to get the team clicking, we're not going to have 1,000 injuries, and we're going to win the quadruple. So that is exactly what I've got for you today, a ridiculous 4-3-3 tactic, which is ultra realistic to the way Manchester United actually started to play as well. So I'm very, very proud of this tactic. So without further ado, let's get into it and let me show you some highlights of this unbelievable Ten Hag 4-3-3. What's going on there, guys? Kempi here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the second tactic we have created so far. Pep Guardiola's tactic was just a couple of days ago, maybe even yesterday, as I sit down and record this, and now it's time for the best bold manager in the Premier League, Erik ten Hag. We're going to start things off in the FA Cup final against Fulham. You can see some nice build-up play. Varane's going to get a great ball down the line to Antony, first time crossing, and Rashford playing down the middle sticks it in the back of the net. We are going to concede to Fulham. Is it Tim Reed? I think it's Tim Reed on the ball, and just a ridiculous finish from Adama. India was in goal, never going to save that one, but we're going to come back now with a Scott McTominay ball to Casemiro. Wan-Bissaka is going to turn into a prime Pele, beat his man and get it in at the far post. A little bit of magic there from Wan-Bissaka, and then a corner ball from Eriksen, whipped in, great header from Casemiro, makes it 3-1. And the main thing that I love about this game, which is why I decided to show you it, was the pass map. Now hopefully I've moved the camera, and you can see the pass map in the bottom right corner. You can see the left back, centre back, right back, the midfield three with very wide left centre mid of Mason Mount, which is absolutely perfect. Antony, Garnacho in this case, and Rashford as a spearheaded front three. But this pass map is very, very different to the next pass map I'm going to show you, which is a win in the Carabao Cup, a 5-2 victory against Liverpool. We're looking very, very good, a very, very different pass map, and the exact same tactic, which shows the tactic's very, very fluid. It can be used in multiple different ways against different opposition. You can see here Casemiro is effectively dropping to make a back three. Wan-Bissaka has pushed up very high in the right back role. Shaw on the left-hand side is very also high, and he's taken that very nice little triangle with Mount and Rashford, so we're able to beat Trent and expose that space down there. Bruno Fernandes pushed up basically right up to the striker, and Rasmus is there to score all of the goals, and we're going to win this game 5-2. And again, the highlights of this one are absolutely beautiful. Luke Shaw on the left-hand side finds Rashford, classic Rashford, drives in, smashes it past Kelleher to make it 1-0. In just 5 minutes, I'm going to see Bruno Fernandes driving through the middle, finds Antony. Bruno beats his man, batters it home for 2-0 after hitting the post and then falling back to him. Again, very nice movement, nice little 1-2 with Antony, very, very nice. But now we're going to see an absolute worldie, I believe, by Salah or McAllister, who's going to blast it into the top corner from 25 yards out. We're now going to get some nice build-up play. Bruno Fernandes, great ball down the line to Marcus Rashford, who does a classic Rashford, doesn't pass it to Højlund, which he probably should have done in that scenario, but finishes to make it 3-2. A Salah penalty makes it 3-2, and now we're going to go ahead and batter him. Lindelof on the ball, driving through, finds Antony, edge of the box is Bruno Fernandes to Scott McTominay, who blasts it home for 4-2, and then 5-2 is going to come here from Antony down the right-hand side, cutting inside, end of the challenge. Bruno's there to pick it up, finds Amrabat, finds McTominay, finds Højlund. Great little triangle bit of play there, some tiki-taka style, and we do score and beat Liverpool 5-2. And you can see from the stats as well, possession-wise, we're not looking to keep all of the ball. We're just looking to be very, very good with the chances we do get and create some high XG chances. 6 shots on target, 2.5 XG is absolutely superb. So that was the game against Liverpool, a 5-2 victory. I'm not going to show you the highlights of this one, as I don't want to show you too many. We did also win the Champions League in a 3-1 victory against Arsenal. And again, the pass map down in the bottom right corner looks absolutely stunning. You can see the two centre-backs, the DM, left back, very high right back, combining with a front three with Antony and Bruno Fernandes. Then we're taking the left-handed side, Mount and Rashford very close to each other, Højlund playing off of them. So very happy with how that looks there as well. On the data hub as well, things are looking awesome. 2.34 goals per game, conceding just 0.68. So very, very, very strong. Very, very happy with the pass maps and the data hubs. And the Premier League as well, obviously, very, very good. 92 points. We ended up winning the league by not having a stand-up performer either. Højlund with 21 goals is very, very impressive. But in the Pep Guardiola sim, Haaland, of course, scores around 40 goals. So United, they're going to come from pretty much everywhere. And again, that is a thing that I love from this tactic. Goals do not just come from the striker. I'm going to show you the stats of the players up next, and the goals were coming from absolutely everywhere, which is stunning. 89 goals overall, conceding 26 through the whole season. And we're not there on the possession because I'm not looking to keep the ball too much. I'm playing fast, counter-attacking, aggressive football. Fewer shots against, we were 4 with 280. We did have the most shots for on 549, that aggressive counter-attacking system, exactly that. And of course, the most important one, points per game on 2.42. And then to show you the stats stats from the goal scorers. 31 goals, 6 assists for Rashford, 31 goals, 6 assists for Rasmus Højlund in 38 games, 19 goals, 22 assists from Bruno Fernandes. Martial off the bench, 16 goals, 6 assists. Antony on that right hand side, the new winger role where you can cut inside suits him down to a T. 15 goals and 17 assists. Garnacho, 12 goals, 11 assists and 32 starts is fantastic. Varane with 9 goals with his big beautiful head. Mason Mount, 5 goals, 10 assists. Very happy with his contribution as well. Casemiro, 4 goals, 5 assists. Wan-Bissaka, 3 goals, 5 assists. Dalot, 2 and 5, 2 and 9 from Eriksen as well. And then we're going to go all the way down to the left back, and because of the link-up play down the left-hand side that you're about to see in the triangle we've got, Luke Shaw has 19 assists, and this is the 4-3-3 formation. We're going to start off with Onana in goal. Super keeper on support, 7.12 average rating this season, was absolutely fantastic. Right back, Wan-Bissaka, wing back on support, cross from deep, and the same for Luke Shaw. Wing back on the support, cross from deep. Ball playing defenders, both of the two centre backs, of course, with no further instructions. And I always seem to go with an anchor on Casemiro as a single pivot. I think it's the best position for him. He is the water carrier. He can just distribute the ball to the high quality players, and Mason Mount was fantastic. And you can see from the past maps we're getting that left hand side as a really nice triangle because I've got run wide of ball and get further forward on for Mount, so he does often overlap Rashford, and it also interlaps the play with Luke Shaw as well. So very happy with that box to box midfield on support role there. And next to him is a position that I didn't really think would work too well, but the roaming playmaker for Bruno Fernandes is exactly what he is. That is what he is down to a T. And obviously the 19 goals, 22 assists showed just how good it could be. More direct passes, cross more often and move into channels. Bruno Fernandes was an absolute menace all season long. Antony, like I said, that brand new winger attack position with cut inside with ball suits Antony down to a T. It means you can start really wide out on the right hand side. He can then cut in, drive in and do them left footed shots. And 15 goals, 17 assists, proved that down to a T. Marcus Rashford inside forward on attack with stay wider. Again, an inside forward who's going to shoot a lot more, but again, keeping that stay wider so we keep that width is very important. With Rasmus Højlund down the middle, an advanced forward on attack up front with tackle harder so he can be our high press merchant. And just quickly before we get into the team instructions, I want to just say a massive thank you to the legends on screen right now who are members of the Patreon. Now, this tactic is available to download through Sort Out Outside, the link down below, but also through Patreon, a direct download, and it gives me, you know, Patreon helps me out massively as a YouTube creator, and obviously not doing it as a full-time job. It really does spur me on when you guys help support on there as well. So if you do have any, you know, if you do want to support the channel in any other way other than liking the video and subscribing, Patreon is down there. The tactics are in the £2 tier per month, and the rebuilds are in the £5 tier. So we do rebuilds, and I release the files at the end of the rebuild every single time on the Patreon for you guys to go ahead and pick up. We have got a Manchester United rebuild coming out in the next few days using this Erik ten Hag tactic and developing the fantastic Wonder Kids. So again, massive thank you to the legends on screen. If you want to head out on the Patreon, that is down there. Thank you very much. Let's get in to these team instructions. Up then, in possession, it's passing to space, playing fairly wide, overlapping left and right, passing out of defence. Slightly higher tempo, but a standard passing directness. Whipped crosses as well, because that's what we see Rasmus Højlund scoring a lot of as a Manchester United player so far, as the ball getting absolutely drilled in to the 6-yard box, and his head just ending up on the ball. Not exactly having to direct it, the ball's just getting battered at his head and he's putting it in the top bins. And that's what you want to see. We've got to take short kicks on, but to nowhere in particular, because Onana doesn't really pass it to the centre-backs. He'll distribute the playmaker to the flanks, and that is exactly what we wanted from him. And counter press. And out of possession, it's a high press system. Just one tick up on the trigger press more often and prevent short distribution as well, and a standard defensive line. And like I said, I'm absolutely buzzing with how this tactic actually simmed and played out. I think it's the most realistic United Ten Hag tactic we could have possibly made. Now, obviously, United in real life are not fantastic, but this is the way I think United want to play in real life. I think it's going to take some time, but this is the Ten Hag style of play. This is that 4-3-3. Why we signed Mount is to do that box-to-box left centre mid role. Bruno as that roaming playmaker works superbly, and the front three speaks for itself. Now, obviously, I couldn't just test with Manchester United. I wanted to test with Ajax as well, currently 17th in real life. So where can we get Ajax to finish in the Eredivisie? Now, first of all, I just want to show you the amount of injuries that Ajax have to kick things off. When you start up a save, Ajax are absolutely ruined. Their two best centre midfielders injured. Their two best goalkeepers injured. To end up playing a youngster in goal. Two midfielders that are not cut out quality-wise. And the whole Ajax team really is not quite as good as it seems. They are predicted to come third in the Eredivisie now, so they're no longer the best team in the league. So let's see what we can do. And I think we actually done a very, very good job. We come second in the Eredivisie, which was absolutely destroyed by Feyenoord with an 88 goal difference and 92 points. Just didn't win 4 games all season, won 30. We won 28, drew 8, and won 21, drew 8, and lost 5. But when I looked at the schedule and I looked through sort of how the tactics started, because of all of them injuries, the league was a little bit rough to kick things off. It was very difficult to sort of get our rhythm going. All the injuries sort of right up until the second half of the season, and then when you head to the second half of the season, it was absolutely beautiful. We were absolutely fine to the point when we actually managed to win the Europa League in the final against Liverpool, a 3-2 victory. Mikatudzi, the brand new Georgian striker, gets the hat-trick. And the interesting thing is, that was his only 3 goals all season, played 5 games, and he got a hat-trick in the Europa League final. So thank you, Georgios Mikatudzi. Massive shout out to you. Goals here, again, were spread across absolutely everywhere. Brian Brobby, 37 and 6. Berghaus, 14 and 12. Bergwijn, 14 and 12. Berghaus, 12 and 10. Kenneth Taylor, 10 and 5. 9 and 15 for Branko van der Boomen. 6 assists for Tahirovic as well. 4 assists from Devin Wrench. Ajax certainly are not the good, battering side they used to be. We, sort of had to change things ever so slightly. Well, not changing, we didn't change anything, but expecting to ever so slightly different with Ajax because they are not the dominant side they used to be. 2.41 goals conceded, scored per game, just 1.44 conceded per game. Defence was not it. And goalkeeper-wise, like I said, both main goalkeepers were injured for most of the season. So it was pretty rough, but we got there in the end. And Ajax did eventually end up coming second and winning the Europa League final. We didn't win the Dutch Cup. We got knocked down in the quarterfinals by Excelsior, but we moved. We won the Europa League. We are back in Champions League football, and we have not finished 17th like they are in real life. So I think that's a massive, massive bonus. I hope you guys do enjoy this Ten Hag 433. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course the tactics available in the Patreon, which is down below, and on Sold Out SI. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.